Happy Thursday, Delmarva. Thanks for joining us on another day of Coast Life. We're your hosts. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo, and we're just cruising right along into 2024.
It's pretty good. Do you know how many times I keep saying 2023?
I know. I'm starting to kind of shake off the holiday fog, though, you know, where like you kind of come back to work and you're like, I don't know up from down.
Yep.
I don't know who's who.
Nope.
I don't know my passwords.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to get back into the rhythm of it.
Definitely, yeah. So if you're kind of going through the same thing as us, it's okay if you're a little foggy. I've definitely been foggy this week. I think next week is going to be my week.
Yeah.
That's going to be when I start like really committing to my resolutions.
There we go.
Back in the swing of things with work.
We won't count the first week of January, the first full week of January.
No.
That's what we'll count.
I think so. I saw people who are doing like dry January, which is, if you don't know, it's when you don't drink any alcohol. And they're like, no one starts dry January the first week because you're still recovering from New Year's Eve celebrations, and that's fine.
That's right. And every now and then I'm on dinner. I don't think I could commit to dry January all the way. Well, I could, but...
You could, but like we don't want
I don't want to.
I don't want to either. Yeah.
Not my New Year's resolution.
Fine, yeah. Like I could, but I would be sad on a Friday when I just don't have my glass of wine after work.
Yeah.
I sound like I've like lived such like a long, hard
When I make
life.
like a nice dinner, you know, like when I do salmon and risotto, and like when I make a beautiful, or like pasta, and it's just like really, when it feels fancy, you gotta have a glass of wine.
You do. You just have to.
gotta.
Exactly. So we're with you on that. Something we talked about, this would have been like 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Remember the fog?
The fog is still here. Proposals, weddings. Apparently 2024 is the year of love. Not so much the year of honeymoons. But it is going to be the year of like buddy moons.
Cute.
Isn't that cute?
Yes.
It's basically what it sounds like. You honeymoon, you go out on a vacay with your buds, not your significant other.
Yeah, I mean, I actually feel like it makes a lot of sense in a world where inflation is so high.
Yes.
You're literally going to spend, ideally, the rest of your lives together with just the two of you. So there's going to be plenty of time for trips like that.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, I mean, really sort of, unfortunately and sadly, weddings and babies are sort of like the last big milestones where like you get together with your friends you were friends with in high school.
Yeah.
Your close childhood friends. That's sort of the final coming together. And then after that, it's not that people go their separate ways, but if you live in different states and different counties and different areas, it's harder to get together as life becomes a little bit more complicated. So I kind of like that as sort of the final last hurrah, big group send-off together. And not final, but it's fun to think of an epic trip.
Right. Well, your priorities are different, especially once you get married, because now it's not friends and work. It's work and your husband and your kids and everything, your family, everything else. So it just makes sense. So I love it. A lot of my friends are not doing honeymoons recently who've gotten married, I'd say the last 2 to 3 years. I don't think I can think of maybe one couple out of a lot of weddings that I went to that are honeymooning. As you know, I'm getting married in Punta Cana this year, which freaks me out, but getting married this year. But a lot of my friends are actually making it kind of their delayed honeymoon. They're making it their own vacation because it's just a lot to dish out all that money at once.
It really is. Or if, you know, you're trying to plan multiple trips, okay, if the stars align, that you get one trip and you get to celebrate your friends and your friends' love and also make a trip out of it for yourself.
Right.
It's a lot easier to stomach a whole week of Punta Cana than it is to be like, well, I got to go a whole weekend and then fly back to work and then do all this stuff when you might as well just make it one big trip.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people are doing. So I know too, like my sister, for example, she got married, had kids soon after. So, I mean, where's the time, honestly, in that?
Yeah, I mean, I think of my friends, and I could see that the buddy moon maybe is sort of that generational shift between like millennials, Gen Z. Because I think of my friends, maybe like 2 of them went on a honeymoon like right after their wedding. But I know that one of my friends, who she's a teacher, like she got married in the summer and then waited, I think, until the following summer to go on a honeymoon. Because there's no time, man.
There isn't. No. When my sister got married in Rehoboth Beach, and they just did like a long weekend in Rehoboth because it's a fun place to be. And she's like, "We'll honeymoon another time." Yeah. So I guess it's just kind of out with a lot of the tradition, which I'm cool with.
I'm cool with it.
This isn't one of those that I'm mad about. I understand it.
I understand it too, and I think that's a fun new tradition that could be introduced to many new generations.
Definitely, yeah. Let us know what you're thinking.
That's right. Speaking of generations, though, Gen Alpha has entered the chat. Gen Alpha, because we talk a lot about millennials, Gen Z, because millennials are those born 1983, 4 to 1996.
Yes,
somewhere in there.
Yeah, room for error, but yes.
And then Gen Z is kind of a few years, give or take, after that, like
97.
96, 97, I think. Through 2009?
Don't quote us, obviously.
2009. I say that because Gen Alpha is 2010 to 2024.
Holy guacamole.
The fact that anybody is born in 2010 is not right with me.
They would be turning 14.
Yeah. Like
Oh my
that's not,
God.
they're a whole person now. Like
They're
not
almost
only are they a
driving.
baby, but they're like, they're in high school.
Crazy. That's cool. That is crazy.
But they're also the true like iPad kids. So I think a
love
lot of
them.
times we give Gen Z crap for being the iPad kids, but they actually do remember a time of not technology constantly. I think it's not as well carved out in their memories as say you or I. But Gen Z or Gen Alpha kids were born the same year the first iPads came out.
Really? The first iPads?
The first iPads.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, I mean, they didn't really have to go through the transition of like MP3, CD players, all that to iPods.
And the lines between, I don't want to say fiction and reality, but like AI reality as we know it are much more blurred for them, I think, than they are for Gen Alpha or for Gen Z and any generation before that.
I do need like a list, because I know it goes like Boomer, I actually don't know what's after them.
Gen X.
Is it Gen X? And then Millennial, and then Gen Z, and then Gen Alpha. What's above Boomer?
Silent generation.
Really? Huh. I actually did not know that at all.
Yep.
You learned something? What's above them?
I don't know what's above them.
Sorry.
Sorry about that one.
That's interesting. I like keeping up with this, and I like to see all the different trends and lifestyle things that people are doing in their different generations. I think it's fun.
I will say I can't wait for Gen Alpha to start flaming Gen Z online.
Oh, yeah.
Because Gen Z has given us so much crap just for existing the same way. Boomers gave millennials crap, Gen Z gave millennials crap. Like, I can't wait to see Gen Alpha just wreck them.
I want them to roast us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will.
Roast us.
Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. Please.
They will hurt our feelings.
Yeah. That's fine.
But quickly before we dive into the show, we always like to keep the conversation going off the air, just like we do on the air. This is one that you can have a little fun with. What's something that you get criticized for not liking?
Apparently, not liking Taylor Swift enough. That has gotten me in some deep trouble before.
I think you do.
I appreciate her. I like her. She's fine. I judge you. I'm turning the tables. I judge you for not liking ice cream enough.
Yeah, I do get a lot of crap for that. I judge you harder for not liking cheese.
That's fine. That's fine too. I'm trying to think of what else. Not too much else, I guess. T Swift and cheese. That's really it.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
a simple life.
Yeah. Hey, let us know who looks more like a Sesame Street character. Big Bird. What is it? Oscar the Grouch?
Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch. I keep forgetting. I'm like, the one in the trash can. Let us know who pulled it off better today.
Yeah, exactly. Chime in on our socials. We'd love to hear from you
Yeah.
there. But we've got a great show headed your way. Our field correspondent, Maya Henry, is going to tell us what's coming up on Coast Life.
Coming up today on Coast Life, looking to dive deep into history, we're celebrating an inaugural event dedicated to our tribal warriors. Plus, looking for some drama to keep you invested? Don't go anywhere because we're spilling the latest tea. And would you wear pajamas in public? Join us as Paige and Leah debate the latest fashion statements. All that and more when Coast Life gets back.
Coast Life is brought to you by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
Coast Life, there are so many incredible things for all of our community to enjoy all along coastal Delmarva, and we want all members of all abilities of our community to enjoy all that coastal Delmarva has. And there's an upcoming event to benefit folks of all abilities that's headed our way. So joining us with the Surfgimp Foundation are Chris and Bella Polizzi. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Of course. Thanks for being here.
So much for being here. So you guys have been involved with this foundation for how many years?
Started actually before the foundation was organized back in 2011. My wife saw a poster in Surf Bagel for a local surfer, quadriplegic from Milton, who was looking for volunteers. So we answered that, and that Saturday went down to Assateague to help Jay surf.
That's
So
incredible.
that was in 2011.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was reading Jay's story a little bit about how the Surfgimp Foundation came to be. First of all, incredible story, very touching. If you haven't caught up on it, basically he was injured on a trampoline at like 17, broke his neck, ended up paralyzed, and just wanted to embrace life to the fullest. I mean, just a very inspiring person and a very inspiring mission, and that's really what the Surfgimp Foundation is all about, is giving people of all abilities a chance to enjoy so many things, different aspects of life.
Exactly.
So tell us about the Winter Bash that's coming up. It's a fundraising opportunity so the community can get involved in helping out. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so right after the foundation started in 2017, we had a celebration of life for Jay in 2018 in that winter, over Martin Luther King weekend. And on the anniversary of that weekend, we have a Winter Beach Bash, which is a big fundraiser that we have. We started it in 2019. This is the 5th annual one that we're super excited about. We've got a live band, open bar, full dinner, and then this amazing auction from all of the local businesses donate to a silent and live auction. And it's an incredible night.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
Tell us a little bit about where that money goes and a little bit more about what the Surfgimp Foundation does with that funding.
So the Surfgimp Foundation helps to break down financial barriers for anybody with a disability to get either equipment or lessons or something that requires a financial assistant so that they can live a limitless life. Kind of like Jay did. Jay just wouldn't accept no for an answer, and that's what we try to do for people.
That's awesome. Now, Bella, how old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18?
I got involved with Surfgimp when I was 6 or 7 years old. So I don't even remember my life without it.
That's awesome. What is it about the Surfgimp Foundation that you love so much, that you love participating in?
I remember watching my dad and so many other men in the water, and it wasn't that women weren't allowed to help, but I just noticed it was a male-dominated area, and we did have some women volunteers, but a lot of the women stayed on the beach. So once I was old enough, I wanted to hop in the water and help any way I could. I was always with my dad passing out flyers, and now that I'm at school, I still try to stay involved through helping them contact the donors, even though I can't actually go to deliver anymore.
Sure.
And I actually got to design this T-shirt also.
Yeah, let's take a look at the shirt.
This was you?
Oh, it's so cool and it's so bright. So yeah, that's the back. You guys are sporting the front.
Yes.
Very cute.
That's incredible.
Very colorful, full of life.
All of the members of our band are on it, including one of our grant recipients up top. That's Anne-Marie singing with the lead singer of the band.
Wow.
And the shirt only features colors from our logo.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
You did a great job putting that together.
So are you going to school for graphic design, or is that just a hobby?
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Awesome.
I was going to say, well, you should. That is so fun. Do you have a favorite part of the event, both of you, for the Winter Bash?
Just seeing the room fill up with just amazing people. All of the guests had come. We started with about 300 folks. And then we've had between 300 to 350. We're already at over 350 tickets, and there's usually a rush right at the end.
Yeah.
So it's such a fun event. A lot of fundraisers seem more like fundraising is the primary event. This feels more like a bash or a party is the primary event, but we raise a ton of money at it. We raised over the first 4 years, $160,000, with last year being a peak at just over $50,000 for that event.
That's incredible. Let's get more this year.
Yes,
absolutely.
Let's do it.
We're going to set records.
So for people who are interested in helping out, one more time, the when, the where, and how people can get involved.
It's January 13th, Saturday night at the Rusty Rudder. The event is from 6 to 11. You can buy tickets over at surfgimpfoundation.org. You could donate to the silent auction. You could just make a regular donation, or you can come and volunteer time.
Perfect.
Any or all of those are more than appreciated.
A lot of options for a very good cause. Thank you. This is like kind of what Delmarva's all about, wouldn't you say? I mean, just giving back and getting together so everyone can enjoy the coast. Thanks for what you do.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, Chris and Bella, thank you again for coming in, and good luck with the event. I know it's going to be a lot of fun, and you guys are going to raise a lot of money, but we've got some more fun headed your way, some more community events to tell you about when Coast Life gets back.
Maybe when you hear of beauty pageants, you think beautiful women, right? Gorgeous gowns.
Gorgeous gowns.
Gorgeous gowns. So half of that's true for an event coming up today.
That's right.
Right? So we're talking about a womanless pageant, the Jingle Ball. Okay, so to explain more, I'm not going to explain it. We're going to have the expert. We have Maria with us today with Sandals Bridal. Maria, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So the Jingle Ball Bash. I'm going to let you take it away and explain what this is. Tell us about it.
Well, the Jingle Balls Bash
Yes.
is a womanless beauty pageant, and we have some wonderful men who have joined us to dress up, and we run this like a real beauty pageant. So the first category is evening gowns. So I provide the evening gowns for them, and they get up on the stage and they prance around. And then the next two categories are a talent, and a talent can be anything that they want to be. We have some break dancing going on, some singing going on. We got a couple of different really good acts going on this time. The second talent that they do, they get to pick somebody from the audience to join them, which is new this year. It's just something else that I decided just to throw in there.
Wow.
So this way we can try to generate more. And then the last section is questions. We have opted out of the bathing suit competition.
Okay.
We figured enough is enough.
Yeah.
You can only take so much. And then the gentlemen walk through the crowd and they collect money from the group. And then we also do raffles and auctions. One thing I wasn't aware of is that when you get the mail from the Humane Society of America and everybody's writing those checks, our local shelters do not get the money. That goes towards their paycheck, the corporate paycheck. So the only way our no-kill shelters can get money are by events that people do for them, which is why we are reaching out to the community to help. And we have some wonderful donations right now from our community and are still accepting more.
Wow, that's incredible. So yeah, let's talk about that some more. So this is, I mean, this sounds like a hilarious, it's just such a fun event, but it's really for a good cause. So you're raising money for local animal shelters.
Right, for the Worcester County Humane Society. These guys really get into it, and you really have to give them a big shout out for that, because not every guy wants to do this. And at the end of the event last year, I probably had 30 guys who said, I'm going to do it. And then when it came time for me to reach out, they're nowhere to be found. But I do have a nice panel of guys this year. We still will take some more if anybody's interested. All you have to do is contact me, and I will do the measurements and get you into your beautiful dresses.
Awesome. I really think this is something that a lot of guys ought to participate in. So that way you can kind of understand where we come from a lot of the times when it comes to the effort, the questions, how you have to be beauty all the time. So I think
And we do have Tiffersons doing hair and makeup, so it's being provided for them.
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
Little jealous.
Yes. Kind of sad it's womanless, but this is just sounds like so much fun to watch.
It is. It's a lot of fun. The crowd gets into it. There's a lot of dancing, a lot of laughter, just a really good, wholesome, fun time for an excellent cause.
Yeah, and everyone likes to raise money for our local shelter animals.
Of course.
I mean, there's no questioning that. So how can people get involved if they're not walking in this pageant, but they just want to go? Do they have to buy tickets in advance?
You can buy your tickets in advance. They're $30 in advance. They can call me, or they can, they are some at the Purple Moose, but they can also buy them at the door for $35. And the tickets and costs include your entry into the show. We are providing light fare from the 28th Street Pit and Pub. Nice. And if you bring a donation for the charity, you will receive a free drink ticket.
Perfect.
So the shelter is in much need of food, Fabuloso, bleach, cleaning supplies. And this time of year people change their bedding out. You can donate that, because the shelters will take your blankets and stuff instead of just tossing them. Oh, wow. Those animals could use those to cuddle up on a cold day.
That's a great point. Oh, I know. Before we let you go, you mentioned Purple Moose. I'm glad you did. So this event, you were with Sandals, and that's where the beautiful dresses are coming from, right?
Right.
But this event is at Purple Moose. So for one more time for everyone, just give us the date, the time, so they can make sure they make the plans.
Okay, so it's this Saturday, January 6th at the Purple Moose Saloon on the boardwalk in Ocean City. We say doors open at 7, but if people start showing up around 6:15, we're going to let them in. We're not going to leave anybody outside in the cold. Okay. The Purple Moose is closing their doors, emptying their bar at 6. Okay. But once we're empty, you can feel free to come on in.
Awesome. Perfect. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I can't wait to see this amazing event. It's going to be so fun. Thank you for what you're doing and for putting this on.
Sure. Thanks for having us and helping us promote.
Of course. All right. A lot more fun for you, too, is right around the corner. We'll be right back. All right, you guys, today hasn't had enough drama in it.
Not yet.
Not enough controversy, not enough opinions you didn't ask for, so we are going to jump into our great debate. Leo, what are we talking about?
We are talking today about wearing PJs in public.
Ooh, cue the crowd. Ooh. Yay or nay? Tell me.
Personally, it's a no from me. Yeah. You will not catch me wearing flannel pajamas out anywhere but my home.
Yep.
To get my mail. You might see me doing that.
I've done that a few times to get my mail, and even my neighbors are like, What are you wearing? And I'm like, okay, leave me alone.
Definitely had a full-on like bathrobe curlers to go get the mail moment before in my time. So like that, but that's still in the parameters of my own home. But that's about as close to in public wearing PJs as I'll get.
I do have a loophole for myself though, is I will wear like a matching set of like the, I'm trying to think of an example. Maybe I'll try to find a photo, but like a matching set, comfy pants and comfy top.
So I think that's where some of you, our great debate always turns over to you on our socials, and that's where sort of defining PJs is the first step, because there is a lot of athleisure wear out there, which is, cute enough that it's not necessarily pajamas, but comfy enough that they could be.
Exactly.
So let's get to what you guys said. So on Facebook, Leanne says, nope, pajamas were created for relaxing at home or going to bed. If you can put on pajamas, you can put on real clothes.
Fair. That's fine. Okay. What I did think was funny is those of you who said yes were like, yes, in Walmart.
There were yeses at Walmart, but only Walmart. Like that was sort of the tentative yes.
Yeah.
Sarah says pajamas are my favorite Walmart outfit.
Perfect.
Charles says no. Eileen says a big fancy no.
Big fancy no. She had like a big like graphic.
It was like the word art no.
Yeah. I like what Tori said.
Yes.
What even are PJs anymore, to be honest? I wear leggings and a sweatpants out to bed, but leggings and sweatpants you can also wear out in public. So
yeah. So I mean, I think we're thinking like the graphic Cookie Monster PJs, like polka dot bottoms, slippers, matching sets, but not like the neutral beige matching sets that maybe you see that I think can kind of get away with that like chic, cute, comfy.
That's what I'm thinking. I like to wear those where it's like same color. My brother-in-law just got me a set. It's like almost like sweatpant material. Like cheetah print bottoms and a top, could pass as athleisure. I would say I probably would wear like the polka dot PJs to the store if it's like 10 o'clock at night, I'm like baking and I forgot an egg and I just need to run outside.
So I feel like there are some parameters and rules that we can set in place, like an age limit for one. I think that like, obviously little kids can wear whatever they want, wherever they want. But I think like-
And grandparents.
And I think teenagers get a pass because pick your battles. And fighting with your teen to put real pants on to go to the store is not one of those battles that maybe you want to pick because it's just not worth it. So I feel like, when you got teens wearing the hot Cheeto PJ bottoms out and about, like, whatever.
Don't wear those ever, though. Those are awful. There was this funny TikTok that our friends, remember Megan and Jack? They're a couple that they went viral on TikTok. They live in our area. But they were funny. She was wearing a very similar matching set to what I have. And he was like, why are you wearing pajamas out of the house? And so they did like a poll on their own social media. And she was like, is this a cute, comfy matching set or is it PJs? And actually a lot of people voted PJs. So I would imagine if you've seen me out shopping, you probably like, PJs, PJ girl, but I think it's a matching set.
Yeah, I mean they're basically branding a matching set. They're basically branding PJs as a matching set.
That's my loophole.
Yes, that's what they are. Yes, they're very comfy, cozy. I almost bought one myself, but then I was a little like, oh, they toe the line with PJs because I'm not a big sweatpants girly. I like a little like sweat shorts kind of thing.
Okay, that's fair.
So like I'll do a crew neck and shorts.
Have you guys seen the viral slippers? You know the ones I'm talking about. They're slippers and have smiley faces on them. And the smiley faces are different colors. My friend got me a pair recently, and I was like, I'm not wearing slippers out of the house. Do I wear slippers out of the house now? Yes. They have a thick, like rubber almost, like a, what's it called on the bottom of the shoe? Sole, thank you. And I'm obsessed. I don't wear them in my house. They're my outside shoes only. So I think I'm actually going more yes pajamas.
All right.
Who would have thought?
Yes pajamas.
I didn't think I was.
We sort of unraveled that one, and I think you will find more and more people, like I think after 10 p.m., you also get a pass if you're like, ugh, emergency, I need this. No one's going to judge you at 10 p.m. if you're wearing PJs out to the store. But on a day-to-day, it's a no from me. Paige is leaning yes.
I didn't know. Who knew? I came in thinking I was a no, but
we want to hear from you, though. Make sure you chime in on our socials, our Facebook page. We love to hear from you there. But we do have some more Coast Life coming your way.
A lot. Something for the singles this Valentine's Day. It's for you. Get excited. We'll have that in a little bit.
Do you like antiques from all around the world?
Sure.
How about jewelry?
Love.
How about crystals?
Sure.
Yeah, well, you can find all of those things and more. You don't have to travel the world to find beautiful antiques. You can find them all on Rehoboth Avenue at Buddhas and Beads.
That's right. I love the first time, I still remember, first time when I moved to Rehoboth Beach, walking along Rehoboth Avenue, and I knew them because they had beautiful fountains outside.
Yes.
And that's how I'm like, I need to stop into this place.
Yes, and they've got all the peace and love messaging outside. You feel the peace and love as soon as you get inside the store. And there's so many stories and treasures to find inside Buddhas and Beads, and that's what we're going to do, so take a look.
What's better than one enchanting shop on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach with endless treasures inside? Brad Davis, owner of Buddhas and Beads, has 3 stores in one.
One, we have the import store, which is crystals, rocks, bronze statues, and that we bring ourselves in from China, and it runs anywhere from a third to half, or sometimes the bead store you're going to is 3 times as much. The crystal store is twice as much than we sell it for. And then we have the antique store that's in the back here, and we buy all types of things, paintings, bronzes, oriental rugs, and we sell those too, but mainly we like to buy. But the third business is definitely the buying business. And that's what we have people come in every day, buy us, sell us gold, silver, diamonds, oriental rugs, paintings. Whatever they bring, we buy it. If your grandmom touched it, we want it.
The first thing you'll notice before you even get inside Buddhas and Beads are the good vibes of the store that start at the door, which was hand-painted by Brad's sister.
The vibe of the store is good because, you know, we empower everything in the store with the heartbeat of the universe, what, you know, people call God energy. It's everywhere here. So when people come in, they can feel that. They can feel the spiritual nature of the store.
Buddhas and Beads is filled with valuable treasures.
We like things of value. So, you know, gold, silver, diamonds, just like watches, we buy and sell a lot of watches. Rolexes, Patty Philippe's, but we'll buy Hamiltons, we'll buy Omegas, we'll buy pretty much anything.
Brad has spent years traveling the world, learning all there is to know about hunting down the treasures in his shop.
Well, in time you learn. You know, the school of hard knocks, if you spend your money on an item, like on a painting, and you say, oh, that turned out to be fake. Or if you buy an oriental rug and you say, oh, that rug I paid $1,000 for is dry rot, you learn that it's dry rot. You learn over a period of time what's good and what's bad.
A trip into Buddhas and Beads is a trip around the world.
There's things from everywhere here. There's European things, there's Asian things, there's South American things, lots of North American things. Because we'll buy American Indian items, we'll buy ethnographic items from anywhere in the world, textiles from anywhere in the world. But we travel ourselves overseas and buy things and bring them back.
If you're not already heading over to Rehoboth Avenue to check out Buddhas and Beads, perhaps the prices will entice you, especially if you like to collect crystals.
We have the best prices in the country when it comes to buying the Buddhas and Beads stuff, and that we are strong buyers of antiques, one piece or an entire estate. We're always looking to buy.
Paige, one of the best things about Buddhas and Beads is, especially for me, like the rings, the crystals.
Yes.
If you got a crystal lover in your life, the prices cannot be beat.
That's what's so important. Isn't it the worst when you're hearing about something and you're like, I want to go there, I want to see you go, and you're like, I can't afford
You're like, this is well out of my price range.
Yes.
Well, that's not going to be the case when it comes to, especially sort of the fun, unique jewelry finds. I've definitely gotten some like big, flashy rings from there that I really like pairing with different outfits, and it's just a lot of fun to play there.
Definitely, yes, we love it there.
But a lot of fun for you to play around in what could be your new happy place. That's what Maya and the Parker Group are going to tell us about with the Happy Place of the Week.
This week's happy place is located at 6 Carriage Lane, Georgetown, Delaware 19947. This beautifully renovated 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom property spanning 1,680 square feet on 0.17 acres is a testament to modern elegance and expert craftsmanship. Don't miss the open house on Saturday, January 6th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. to experience this blend of style and comfort firsthand. This week's Happy Place is brought to you by the Parker Group.
All right, everybody, get excited. We have an especially good spill the tea today, especially good real tea, right?
That's right.
But
yeah.
especially good figurative tea.
Yes.
Very excited about this.
Yes, our tea today, the Florida Sunshine White Tea from our friends at the Spice and Tea Exchange on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach. I think it's kind of fun. One of my favorite things about Spice and Tea Exchange is that it is a very interactive store. All of the jars that they keep the tea in are clear, so you can see in them. And actually, I think you and I are kind of dressed like the tea today.
I was going to say that too.
You can see the yellows, the greens, so I think we're bringing a little Florida sunshine of our own today. But yep, they call it Sunshine in a Cup with uplifting floral and citrus flavors. This refreshing tea blend is perfect for hot or iced tea any time of day.
I thought we needed this one because it's just kind of dreary. We know it's getting rainier this weekend, so a little sunshine in your cup for you.
That's right.
All right, Leah's going to pour that tea.
I'm gonna get to spilling.
Here it is.
Paige is gonna get to spilling.
This is good, you guys. All right, here we go. So this is a woman who writes in, okay? She says that she and her friends, her friend group, always do like a late holiday, like after the holidays pass, a late holiday get together. Now here's her issue. She's normally the one who hosts and cooks for everybody, but she has one friend whose husband tends to just eat too much food, and she said it kind of is like this issue where she runs out of food or she has to double the recipes and it gets expensive for her. She says, as we all know, money is tight for a lot of us right now. I can't really afford to double the recipes or run out of food. So she just kind of, to avoid any awkwardness, told her friends, we're gonna do a girls' night. Okay, fine. So the girls are like, oh, that's weird. Our husbands are always invited. So the one friend calls her up, says, hey, just out of curiosity, why aren't the husbands invited this year? And this girl was honest. Honesty is the best policy, I guess. But she says, listen, your husband eats too much and I can't afford it. So this girl gets really mad, cancels going altogether, calls the other wives. This is so ridiculous to me. Who's in the wrong?
The host.
The host.
The host is wrong because here's the thing. If honesty was truly the best policy in this instance, then you would have had to cancel dinner. You know what I mean? I think it's sort of the similar sentiment of like when people get mad that if you don't leave a proper like standard tip and say, oh, if you can't afford to tip, then you can't afford to eat out.
Right.
Like it might just be honest and say like, look, I don't have the budget to accommodate everybody unless everyone wants to pitch in. Then we can host this dinner together, not your husband eats too much. That's just rude.
That is so rude. And there's so many other options you could have done first. You could have been like, hey guys, times are tough. Why don't we make it potluck? Hey guys, times are tough. Could you maybe Venmo me because I tend to buy all the food and cook all the food. Could you send me some money?
Yes.
If my friends had said that, it would be definitely. Yes.
It would have been immediate yes. And what can I bring? How can I help? What, I'll cook a dish, I'll bring a dish. Exactly. I feel like if you put that on the table, then everybody would have offered to bring something. If they're really your friends. And I understand if like you want to be the host and you want to say, it's all up to me, I want to cook everything, I want to do it. But then just say, hey, times are tight. In order to do the meal that I want to, like, let's discuss what our options are.
Definitely. I mean, look, I've been there before too, hosting, and maybe like the person you finish eating what they're cooking and they start going through your pantry and you're like, wait a minute. Or like the friend that always kind of like drinks your alcohol, like we've all been there before. And what do? You just kind of go around it. You don't no one wants to be called out for eating too much. If someone said that to me, I'd be mortified. Because I love to eat.
Mortified. Like it's just, that's not good host behavior.
No, it's not.
And I think even like dealing with a rude house guest in a polite way is part of being a good host.
That's
like
exactly
it's just,
right.
I think there were a million other ways to have gone about this before just straight up not inviting the husband.
I agree with you. So, ouch. Yeah, you were a little harsh, and good luck. Making up for that one.
Right?
How do you like Florida sunshine?
I'm digging Florida sunshine.
It's light.
It's very refreshing.
Right? Light and airy, if you will. Yeah, I like this too. Iced, I think, would be really good.
Iced on a hot summer day. That's where we are mentally right now.
That's us. I think that lady who's hosting dinner needs a nice cup of tea to chillax and restart their thinking process.
I think so too. So again, good luck to that friend group. And don't forget to get yourself some delicious spices or teas at the Spice and Tea Exchange on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach.
Spill the Tea was brought to you by the Spice and Tea Exchange of Rehoboth.
Take a look at these beautiful skirts, the colors, the beading, absolutely incredible. And they are right here in our studio today. The skirts are here with us today because of, well, thanks to, I should say, the Nanticoke Indian Association. And we are so happy to have our friends back with us. We have Bonnie and Raggy with the association here. Thank you both for being here.
Well, thank you for having us. It's our pleasure.
Of course. Yeah, so let's jump right into it. We have the skirts right here. What is a ribbon skirt?
Okay. A ribbon skirt, of course, is made of fabric. Okay. As you'll see, it has ribbons on it. And each ribbon skirt is made according to the person's self-expression, I call it, and identity, how you want to express yourself. The ribbons, according to my true friend here, are supposed to dazzle. They're supposed to highlight the skirt. Okay,
and they do dazzle. These are gorgeous.
They dazzle, and so these represent a very important part of our culture and our tradition. Of course, are worn by our women. And Raggy's going to tell you a little bit about the exciting event that we have coming up.
Yes, Raggy, tell us about it.
All right, so we're having our very first Indigenous women's ribbon skirt walk. And it's important because our men will be wearing their ribbon shirts with us. But about 2 years ago in Canada, one of the school was having a formal gathering, and they told the children to wear formal clothes. And one of the Indigenous children went to school in her ribbon skirt because of the importance of the skirts for us. And she was chastised and sent home to the community. And her heart was very, very broken. But instead of the community reacting with anger, they reacted with kindness, and they put on their ribbon skirts and they began to walk. So last year, Canada has made National Ribbon Skirt Day on January 4th.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
And so that people will have a better understanding of the true meaning and how these skirts come to us, but what they really mean when you put them on.
Yes. So can we show these off a little bit?
Yes,
they really are beautiful. Paige, you want to grab one?
I love the beading. Check
the
this
beading's
one out.
beautiful. I love the
gorgeous?
colors of this one, the ribbons, like we said.
The one that's speaking to me on this one, I don't know if you can tell, is the polka dots on the bottom.
Ah, I see. That does look like Paige.
Yes, I love the colors on this. Tell us a little bit about who made these. I know a lot of these have importance to the people in your community.
Okay, so this is Tabitha Jacobs. She's Tuscarora from North Carolina. She's a designer, but also a beader.
Okay.
And does a lot more. This skirt actually represents for missing, murdered Indigenous women.
Wow.
So that's why you see the women on there. This skirt is 4 directions.
4 directions.
So I'll show
Oh,
it.
wow, yeah,
Are you
please.
ready? You have it?
Ready.
So yellow is the east.
Okay.
Red is south. Black is west. And white is north. So in the medicine wheel, these are the colors that we look at and how we do it. This one, for me, is the spirit. And so we have the rise of the day and the setting. So you see that it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So when you're wearing it, you remember that medicine wheel and the importance of those 4 directions and the importance of walking with Kishala Mokwing, the one who creates everything through thought. Thought Kikinaki, the Earth Mother, into existence. So that's why this one was designed. And the bows were fun.
Yes, those are really fun. And I just love how much storytelling is visual and physical within the ribbon skirts. It's a really beautiful expression of identity.
Definitely, yeah. I love that there's colors and there's patterns and there's beading, but there's a deeper meaning to a lot of these. So thank you for telling us history of these. So I know a lot of people will be interested in attending your event this weekend. Can you tell us, just where, when, how people can get involved?
Well, our very first honor walk, ribbon skirt honor walk, will be held in Dover, Delaware this Saturday, January the 6th, from 2 to 4 on the green. So we're really excited about having this a very first annual, and Raggy has made it quite clear to us it is annual.
Yay!
So we're beginning a new tradition in the state of Delaware, and we're excited about that.
We're excited for you.
It's an honor too that you came on to Coast Life to tell us about
it
this.
really is.
Your first ever one. Thank you so much. Well, don't forget about that. You will definitely want to mark your calendar. Such an amazing event, and thank you for sharing the history of these skirts and bringing some of them in so we could learn with you. Thank you very much. All right. Well, we have some more Coast Life for you guys to get to, and just a little bit, we're talking maybe a little sports, Leah.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Could get into it.
Nothing too expertise, but we're going to touch on that when we come back. All right, everybody, don't forget this Sunday, we have some more football for you. Sunday, it is the Bills and who did I say it was, Leah?
The Dolphins.
And the Dolphins. It is the Bills and the Dolphins right here on Coast TV. So tune in Sunday. It'll be a good matchup. However, these are teams that we don't really care about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like
since the Eagles took themselves right out.
Exactly. We don't even care, and we're sports girlies, but we're not like sports girlies. Do you know what I mean? So we're gonna give you our not wanted football predictions.
That's right.
What do you think? Bills, Dolphins?
I gotta go with Bills. I really wanted to be the Bills.
Okay.
Geographically, they're a little closer. I feel like I had a really cool Bills jacket growing up. I had like a snow jacket that was a Bills jacket. So I'm gonna go with the Bills. They went to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row and never won.
I didn't know that.
I know.
That is depressing.
So I'm hoping for them.
Okay, perfect. I think I'm gonna go Bills too because Braxton, who plays on Miami Dolphins, I don't know his last name. I only know him because he's dating Alex Earl from TikTok. So I feel like the Dolphins have been like
I mean, the Dolphins have been good this year too, so I'm certainly not counting them out.
Look, this is there's no science to back any of this up. This is strictly, there's an influencer on TikTok named Alex, in case you didn't know. She's dating a Miami Dolphins player. So I'm like, they've already been getting enough attention. Go Bills. That's it.
That's what we're doing.
We're
both rooting for the Bills.
Go team. We gotta go get our Bills jerseys.
That's right.
We're some huge fans.
That's right.
Okay, we're gonna go do that. You guys can stay where you are. Coast TV News at 5 is happening right now. Don't forget Sunday Night Football. But right now, just stay where you are. See you later. Bye.